Learning to make this dress will be one of your favorites. Go ahead and fold your fabric into two. Take your pattern and place it neatly this way. Reduce the fabric a little so it doesn't waste. I'm going to be making a video on how to draft your half-scale bodies. I will do that soon. Now go ahead and put all the necessary allowance that you need. Just half inch, it's just perfect. Now trace this out because we're trying to transfer this pattern to the fabric. Add 1 inch for side seam allowance. If you're a beginner, go ahead and add just 1.5 inch for the side seam allowance, but if you're really good at sewing, just 1 inch is fine, or half inch, especially if you're making this for yourself. When you're done adding all the allowances, go ahead and cut this out neatly. You don't have to rush when you're working. Just take it calmly, you will get it. And when I was done, this is what it looks like. It's that easy. Now go ahead, insert your pin in there just so that it will come out from this other side, and then you will trace the dart out just this way. Watch carefully what I'm doing so you don't miss any points. You can try this out and let me know what you think. It's one of my favorite dresses. Transferring the dart just this way, it's the easiest thing ever. By doing this, you can't miss it at all. Now, let's go over and cut the back. Fold the fabric again into two and place your back pattern right there, leaving just 1 inch for zip allowance. Go ahead and pin this as well so it doesn't shift. And when you're done, go ahead and add the necessary allowance and cut this out just this way. Just notch the zip pad. Go ahead and transfer the dart to the fabric as well, as you can see. Take your ruler and draw this neatly down. This method might be a little bit just time delay, but guys, it's always perfect. By so doing, everything is just over inside the fabric itself. Take your ruler again and connect this. I'm using pen because my chalk couldn't work with the fabric. So if yours is okay, go ahead and do the same. Or you can make use of chalk. And I'm going to just sew it this way.
Now, pin the zip pad and then this
is how the back pattern
looks like. We're going to sew it just this way.
Just pin the zip so we can see what it looks like. And that is how I'm going to sew it. Go over and trace the pattern out again as well to the front. Just remove the pin. You've done that already. So this is how the front looks like. Go ahead and hold the dart. I'm just showing you guys how I'm actually going to sew this. Pin this. Take one point of the dart and hold it to the other side and pin just the same way I see me doing like this. Pin it carefully. And when you're done, that is how it's gonna look like. You can see it's that easy. Let's switch over and come to the back. Let's cut our skirt. This is going to serve as a second layer. Now mark a starting point, input your length of the simple skirt and then the hip point. So your hip and then the length of your skirt. Go ahead and mark that. I'm making use of 10 inches for my hip point, and then the down part of the skirt, which is the length, is actually 13. It's going to have a layer. Just pay attention. These will be your favorite. After doing this, go ahead and insert your waist measurement. Your waist circumference, just divide your waist by 4 and then you add that. Your hip as well, divide it by 4 and impute that. Remember, this does not have a knee length. This skirt is going to be very short because I'm adding ruffles to it. Just watch to the end and then you'll see how it looks. Take the same measurement down and then you connect. And now from that point, go down by just 1 inch. By so doing, I'm not going to be adding a dart to the front of my skirt. Add your sewing seam allowance. I'm making use of just 1 inch right here. Just connect this way, and when you're done, we're actually going to cut it. Go ahead and cut this neatly out. Go ahead and notch all the necessary part that is required. And now we are done with the front. Let's go over to the back. Mark a starting point as well. Mark your zip allowance, making use of 1 inch right here. Draw a straight line. Just make a straight line that way. Input your hip point, 10 inches for my hip point and 13 for the length of the skirt. Go ahead and draw a line. And from that point, go in by ½ inch and connect it to your hip point this way. By so doing, you're eliminating the hip contour. By so doing, your skirt will relax perfectly. And now, from that ½ inch point, impute your waist circumference. Just watch closely what I'm doing and you're not going to miss it. Divide your waist, your hip as well into 4 and then impute that. Take the same hip measurement down to the length of the simple short skirt. And from the waist measurement, add your darts and making use of just 1 inch. Connect the 3 points together just this way. Add your sewing seam allowance, just 1 inch as well. Go ahead and remark your zip allowance from that waist part and just connect it. And we're done. Go ahead and cut this out neatly. Follow this simple method and you'll be a pro in cutting your skirt. And I'm going to be dropping a video on how to draft your skirt pattern as well. I hope you will take this and then you enjoy it. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, kindly do so, like my video and also share with your friends. Drop a comment as well, that will help me know what you loved and I'll continue to make the best video that you love. Not necessary part that is required, like the zip part and then the side seam as well. And here we are done with the back. It was so simple, right? Try it out and let me know. Go ahead and pin the back, that's the zip pad, just so that we could open it and see what it looks like. The way I'm pinning, that is how I'm going to sew it. And when we open it, this is how beautiful it's looking. Place the front to the back, right side facing right side this way, and we are going to join the side seam this just that way. And now let's go back to our front. Cut the facing just so we could actually turn the neckline perfectly just this way, and pin it, and we're going to sew it. And when I'm done, that is how it's gonna look. Do the same thing to the back as well. This method helps make your neckline look very neat. And when I'm done, I'm actually just going to sew it that way and then iron everything neatly. And this is the final process. I was done with the darts, joined the skirts to the main bodies, and then this is what was looking very beautiful. I've also cut my sleeve down. This looked really cute. And now let's go over and then calculate how we are going to add in our ruffles. Go ahead and take your measuring tape from the down part this way. Take the circumference of this, and when you are done, times this by 2. This actually depends on the amount of fabric you have. Times this by 2 or by 1, and then cut it, draw gathers and attach it to it. And to get the third layer, we're actually going to take the same length of the same circumference of the ruffles and then times it by 2 or 3, depends on your fabric. And this is what I am going to actually do, just this way. And when I was done, this is how it looks. This was the final process. Was this helpful? Make it your favorite, and I'll see you guys on my next video. Bye.